Welcome back, Dani Tiesating. And so today we are going to do a little tour of the studio renovation. If you are new here, these walls mean nothing to you, but if you've been here with me, then you know we changed a few things. So as I transition out of print on demand towards holding more physical inventory, I needed to figure out how to make this tiny space work for me. I had to get creative. Whether you're figuring out your own creative setup as a small business owner or a creative, and you also have a tiny space, I'm just going to show you where the magic is going to be happening for 2025. Right, this is the same space that I had last year, but we are just organizing things a little bit differently. It's not all cute, okay? We're still working on it, but we made a lot of progress. I'm going to share with you some of the equipment that I invested in since the holidays, and then I'll share any tips that I have along the way. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so you're gonna have to bear with me because it's quite messy. Okay. Okay, so usually you would come down from the stairs. The bedrooms are over there. Come down the stairs, and then you enter here. So this piece is new. This is from IKEA. So the idea was that I am going to start to use it to hold some physical inventory. Again, this is probably the part that is the least organized. But you know what? It fit within the space. Okay, I'm just gonna sit down for now. But basically the idea is that this area, all of this storage space, is essentially where I am going to put all my blank t-shirts, all my blank products are going to occupy these. This one I'll empty it a little bit. This is just random stuff. Again, this is not even organized, but at least I put this up, okay? Really proud of it. And we also weren't sure if we were gonna have it this way or it could lean against that wall, but it felt really heavy when I had it that way. So I think this works better for me. Did I mention in this video, or maybe it was in the last video, that I started off doing print on demand? And that was a lovely way for anyone who's sort of entering and trying to start their own thing, but maybe they really don't have access to space. You don't actually have to have any physical inventory because any orders go directly to the print on demand supplier, and then they produce the goods and they mail it directly to the customer. Mwah. Easy, simple, great. The downside to it is obviously your profit margins are a lot smaller than if you had produced the item yourself. With print on demand, you can actually brand your packaging. So if you wanted to add, your cute little logo in the corner, you can do that. But I think there are still only so many options. So while you can upgrade, again, that's more money, again, less profit. The problem that I was running into is that because so many of my products I actually have here, the smaller things like the patches and the stickers and the enamel pins and the air fresheners, people were placing orders for multiple things, and then you had t-shirts that were coming from the print on demand supplier, but then you had the patches and whatever coming from me. And because I want to be really, really mindful of my branding and my packaging and just the overall customer experience, while also keeping more of the profit into my own pockets, I wanted to actually invest in the equipment. And equipment can be expensive. I'll go through some of the stuff again and the costs of everything. Because I had access to that grant and I was just sitting on it. I can't believe I was just sitting on it. I was too scared of making the wrong decision with the money. Over the holiday break, I just was like, you know what? No, I can make this better. I can do this. Let me just spend the money on what I think will help to improve the business. So I invested in a lot of equipment, as you'll see throughout this video. So this was one of them. Again, this was the Bror IKEA. I don't know, I'll put a picture right here. But I think it was like $130, $150 Canadian. Okay. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves that I can use. And again, you know what? Let me turn the camera. My ceilings are actually quite tall. So I was also thinking of figuring out ways to utilize some of that vertical space down the road if I need to. But that's something to consider. Okay, so next, I kept my fiddle leaf fig plant for now, because I do love it. But this drawer piece as well is new. And actually this one was much more expensive than the bigger one. I'm guessing because it's a cart. I'm guessing because this is actual real wood. That is also something new, as well as this heat press. To be honest, I'm so intimidated by this. It's huge, it's heavy, it's massive. But since I am moving away from print on demand, I gotta try. Okay, also I'm not gonna leave my little Dre planter in my plant there, just so you know. But I'm really excited to see what I can make with this heat press. Okay, so my desk is still the same. This chair is from Marketplace. I really didn't do anything. The only difference is this light from IKEA. I wanted something that was a little bit brighter and wasn't always going into the wall, but that is essentially the same. What I did change up here, I had these images in my studio before. One was lower down here and the other one was up there. So I brought them all to eye level. I just thought it could be something, I don't know, help streamline the eye when you're looking at it. And obviously, since I'm a mama bear, all my babies, hearts to my babies, and then artwork. Yeah, I feel like with the walls, I know that there's like a sort of like cutesy aesthetic that I see a lot in the people that I admire and that I follow and I love. But that said, I need it to be true to me. And okay, this person whose video that I really enjoy, and she talks about fashion, is Atia Walcott.
Hi, I'm Atia Walcott and I'm incredibly fashionable.
And I've been watching her for years and watch her continue to flourish
My
into
name
herself.
is Atia Walcott and I'm incredibly fashionable, and let's get dressed together.
But she has these beautiful sort of like textured walls that I love in her videos. Is it teal? It's pastel-y, chalky, bluish tone that is really, really lovely. But I was going for terracotta, you know, like, you see this? This is one of my favorite pieces that I got on Marketplace, and it's a vase, but I just like, I don't know, carry stuff in. But it sort of has that feel, you know? I feel like you can see little bursts of this color within the space. And it's transformed the space so much, just having this little enclave, even painting to the ceilings. It has made the space so different. So different. It really breaks up the house, and it really made it so that this whole thing felt like an actual room, you know, as opposed to just being a landing at the top of the stairs. Here, let me show you from a different angle what this whole thing is doing. Last area is over here, which is where I house a lot of the smaller products. So all my patches are up here, my notepads, well, a chunk of them are there, some of my packing supplies, my pins and my stickers are all here, my paper dolls are all here, and then everything that's stored down there, and then a cart. Like, what art girl ain't got no cart? I got two carts actually. I have one over here, and then I have one in the corner right over here as well. So this is old. It used to be in the corner over there, and I just did a to put it over here because I figured it would look nicer with my YouTube videos. Like, how can I use what I already have, and like, you know, things that I've created to sort of spruce up the space. Okay, so in terms of the equipment, the only thing that I have tested out so far, because everything came in towards the end of December, so the only thing that I've tested out right now is the Munbyn thermal printer for the labels. That works. Thank God I don't have to go to print out my labels. It was crazy. I was just printing on paper and then using tape, which again, if you don't have access to the funds to be able to invest in some of this equipment, that works. It just that it's like an extra step and it takes time. That's the only thing. It's fine. But the printing of the paper dolls, because there's a local shop that I go to print out my paper dolls. However, for the custom paper dolls, and I got a few orders during the holiday break, I was having to print that locally just in terms of like speeding up the process that it would take, the time that it would take, especially since the strike was happening, the postal strike was happening. But that meant that it was really expensive to print them out. So I'm hoping that this printer is going to work. I'm going to run my test this week to see whether it does work. If it doesn't, I bought it on Amazon. I have 30 days. We go return that bad boy. I have a whole list of different printers that I was, debating over, and I settled on this one. It will be able to print on the thicker cardstock, which was really important to me and has one of the better image qualities. So I'm going to run my test today, this week, not this weekend. I have a market this weekend, this week. So the idea with the heat press is that I didn't buy a sublimation printer. I was oscillating between that. I figured first what I was going to try was get the heat press and order, I messed it up, direct to film from a local shop. There are local shops that actually carry high quality printers that can actually print those DTF files. I think you can print it on like a gang sheet. So it's basically like a really oversized sheet and you can fit as many designs as you can within that sheet. So I'm going to try that and see how that works, because for me right now, before buying yet another printer for the shirts and the tote bags, I want to see how that mode sort of works for me. I understand that the time that it takes to place the order and to arrive to me, that is something I'm toying over. Do I need to order the DTFs well in advance and just sort of have them on deck and then print them on? Or I am sort of trying to make sense of what this model looks like now that I move away from print on demand. And again, because I only have so much space, I can't hold tons and tons of inventory at this time. So given my limitations, how do I circumvent it? How do I make sense of it? I don't know. Follow along. Follow along. This is what I came up with over the break, and I'm hoping that this will help to really strengthen what we do, strengthen our product, and strengthen how it's delivered to the customer. You'll see over the next few weeks how it goes. I will keep you posted. I'm going to show you all the ins and outs. I will also do some reviews on the equipment that I bought, because I ended up looking at so many reviews, and some people were really, really insightful and helpful. And I think it especially helps once you have lived with a piece of equipment for some time to be able to give your input. How has it been working after 3 months, or so I do hope to also come back to the equipment that I've been using and let you know what the verdict is. I love the space. I'm really, really excited. Like I'm excited to spend time. I can't wait till the kids go to sleep just so I can be in here, and that feels really, really good to me. And again, it's mine. It's my space. Find the little quirky things that you can do to really make your space feel comfortable and like, this ground for creativity and this ground for imagination and work to happen. Okay, so y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, engage, so the algorithm does its thing and shows me to the people that are meant to be within this orbit, who are trying to grow small businesses, who are trying to be creative, who are trying to rub shoulders with like-minded individuals. That's all I'm about, and I really want us to continue learning from each other. Yeah. Bye, y'all.